That voice in your head commenting on everything. What if I told you it's just noise? Like static on a radio you forgot to turn off. We'll explore this with a guided meditation at the end. This lesson teaches us to observe our constant stream of thoughts and recognize that they don't actually mean anything. They're just mental chatter. No different from objects we randomly notice around us. It's training us to stop giving automatic weight and significance to every thought that crosses our mind, which is the first step toward mental freedom. You're sitting in a meeting when your colleague makes a comment about the project timeline. Instantly, your mind starts spinning. Was that directed at me? Are they criticizing my work? Maybe I should have prepared more. What if everyone thinks I'm behind? 20 minutes later, you realize you've missed the entire rest of the meeting because you were trapped in this mental loop about a comment that probably had nothing to do with you at all. We've all been there. Lost in the static while life happens around us. Your mind is like a radio that's always scanning stations. Sometimes it picks up clear signals, sometimes static, sometimes random fragments of songs or conversations from far away. Most of the time, you've been treating every bit of static and random noise as if it were an important broadcast meant specifically for you. Think about it. Right now, as you're listening to this, your mind is probably doing its thing. Maybe it's commenting on my voice, wondering how long this video is, remembering something from earlier today, planning what's next. It's constant, isn't it? This running commentary that never stops. Here's what we don't realize. Most of these thoughts are just the mind doing what minds do, generating content. Like breathing or blinking, it's an automatic process. But somewhere along the way, we started believing that every thought that crosses our mind is important, meaningful, something we need to analyze or act on. Let's go back to that meeting. Your colleague mentions the timeline. Your mind immediately starts its broadcast. Timeline. Am I behind? They looked at me when they said it. Or did they? Maybe I'm imagining it. But what if I'm not? I should check my tasks. No. That would look defensive. But what if they're all thinking it? Meanwhile, the actual meeting, the real information, the actual decisions being made, all of that is happening while you're tuned into the static station in your head. The surprising discovery is that most thoughts are just random static. They're not profound insights or important warnings. They're just the mind's background noise. Watch this pattern in yourself. You wake up, and before your feet hit the floor, the radio starts. I'm tired. I shouldn't be tired. I went to bed too late. I always do this. Today's going to be hard. That thing at 2 p.m. I'm not ready for it. What if none of these thoughts are actually about the present moment? You're lying in bed, probably comfortable, probably safe, but the mind is already broadcasting its mix of reruns from yesterday and previews of disasters that haven't happened. Or you're making coffee, and the mind starts its commentary. This kitchen needs organizing. I never have time. Everyone else seems to have time. What's wrong with me? Maybe I need a better system. I saw this thing online about morning routines. I should try that, but I never stick to anything. The coffee is just coffee. The kitchen is just a kitchen. But the radio in your head is turning them into a whole drama about your inadequacy. What makes this so exhausting is that we believe we need to do something with every thought. Fix it. Solve it. Argue with it. Worry about it. But what if, and stay with me here, what if most of these thoughts don't actually mean anything? What happens when you stop listening to every broadcast? When you stop treating the static as if it's an emergency news bulletin? Something remarkable. You start to notice the quiet underneath. Remember our colleague in the meeting. Imagine if, when they mentioned the timeline, you notice the thought arise, are they talking about me? And then just let it pass. Like a car on a distant highway. You see it. You note it. But you don't chase after it. The thought comes, are they criticizing me? You notice it like you notice a cloud passing overhead. Interesting. There's a thought about criticism. And then, this is the key, you turn your attention back to what's actually happening. The meeting. The information. The present moment. This isn't about suppressing thoughts or pretending they don't exist. It's about recognizing them for what they are, just the radio scanning, picking up random signals. That critical voice. It's not the voice of truth. It's just static. That worry about tomorrow. More static. That analysis of what someone meant by that look. Static. 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 When you stop treating every thought as important or true, you discover a quiet space underneath the mental noise where actual clarity lives. The constant pressure of having to figure everything out begins to lift. This quiet isn't empty, it's full of something else: awareness, presence, the ability to actually see what's happening rather than what your mind is telling you about what's happening. In that meeting, when you're not lost in the static, you might notice your colleague is actually stressed about their own deadline. The comment wasn't about you at all. Or maybe you hear the actual useful information being shared. Or you contribute something valuable because you're present instead of spinning in mental loops. The radio metaphor helps us understand something crucial. You don't have to turn off the radio. You probably can't. Minds think, that's what they do. But you can stop believing that every broadcast is meant for you. That every bit of static contains an important message you need to decode. The relief of realizing you don't have to figure out every thought. It's like putting down a weight you didn't know you were carrying. Think about how much energy we spend trying to solve thoughts. That inner critic says you're not good enough. And you spend hours building a case for why you are. Or you try to argue with it. Prove it wrong. That worried voice predicts disaster. And you exhaust yourself trying to plan for every possibility. But what if those thoughts are just static? What if that critical voice is just random neural firing? No more meaningful than the hum of a refrigerator. What if the worried predictions are just your brain's screening process, showing reruns of old fears? When you recognize thoughts as meaningless static rather than important broadcasts, everything shifts. You still function better, actually. You still plan when planning is needed. You still reflect when reflection is useful. But you're not at the mercy of every random signal your mind picks up. That meeting ends, and instead of spending the next 3 hours analyzing what your colleague meant, you simply move on to what's next. The thought might arise again, but what if they really were criticizing me? And you notice it like you'd notice a song playing in another room. Oh, there's that station again. And you keep walking. This is freedom, not the freedom from having thoughts, they'll keep coming, but freedom from the tyranny of believing every thought matters. Freedom from the exhausting job of being your mind's full-time interpreter. The next time you catch yourself lost in mental static, and we all will, remember the radio. Remember that not every broadcast is meant for you. Remember that underneath all that noise, there's a quiet space where you can simply be present with what is. And in that presence, you might find what you've been looking for all along: peace. Not the peace of a silent mind, that's not realistic, but the peace of knowing that the noise doesn't mean anything, it's just static. And you're the awareness that notices the static, not the static itself. That's the beginning of real freedom. If you'd like more teachings and guided practices like this, you can like the video and subscribe. And now, we'll move into a short guided meditation. Let's find a comfortable position. Allow your body to settle. Take a breath. Just one conscious breath. Feel it arrive naturally. Notice your body in this moment. The weight of it, the places where you touch the chair or cushion. No need to change anything, just notice. Now, gently become aware of the thoughts moving through your mind. Don't try to stop them. Don't chase them. Just notice them arriving and passing. A thought comes. Maybe about this meditation. Maybe about later. Maybe about nothing in particular. See it like you see a cloud drifting across the sky. There it is. There it goes. Another thought. Another cloud. No need to judge them as good or bad. They're just thoughts, just static on the radio. Notice how you don't have to do anything with these thoughts. You don't have to solve them or argue with them or figure them out. They come. They go. Like waves. Like breath. Feel your breathing, the simple rhythm of it. In and out. Your body knows how to do this without your mind's commentary. When you notice you've gotten caught up in a thought, gently return to the breath. No judgment. Getting caught is just what happens. Returning is just what we do. There might be a thought that feels important. Urgent even. Notice that urgency. It's just another quality of thought. Another kind of static. Let it pass. Rest here in this awareness. Thoughts coming and going. Breath rising and falling. You simply noticing. Not the thoughts, not the static, but the awareness that sees them. Feel the quiet underneath all the mental noise. It's always here, always available. This space where you don't have to figure anything out. Take another breath. Feel your body again. The weight of it, the aliveness of it. When you're ready, gently open your eyes if they were closed. Move slowly as you return to your day. The thoughts will come back. The radio will start scanning again. That's okay. Now you know what they are. Just static. And you know what you are. the peaceful awareness that notices. Thank you for practicing with us today. If you'd like, there's a link to a free digital copy of ACIM in the description. And if this video resonated with you, please comment. I am grateful. Thank you for spending this time with us. As you move through your day, remember, not every thought needs your attention. Be gentle with yourself when you forget this, and gentle when you remember. Until next time, may you find moments of quiet beneath the static.